How are you?
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss. Be careful down there, boss.
Well, after one of the patches, you can have Quiet with you after you get her back. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but it's been standard for a while now. No, the character I'm using tonight is my best female character. She has the quick reload skill, S plus in combat, and S in everything else. So she's she got a lot of skill. And she has my favorite face and ponytail hairstyle, so she's my favorite. Just doing something a little different tonight. I don't need the points, and I don't need the staff either, but just different ways of playing and all that, so. Well, I have male characters that have all S++ in every category, and I've done evenings with those characters, but I'm not really a fan of that, you know. I prefer playing with female characters. Just one of those little things about the game that I enjoy so much. really doesn't matter because I just beat this map without firing a shot.
Infiltration successful.
So I could do that with Venom. I could do that with my Super Soldier, low skill. Just throw it out there and see what happens. Do the best I can, that's all I can say. This guy here has all 3 medals and S++ in every category. So he is as super as it gets. He's as maxed out as you can possibly make a soldier. So, and like I said, I've played with him, but I prefer playing with females. That's just how I am. Since my character has the quick reload skill, that has a lot of... that comes in handy. I can get a lot of use out of that. Of all the unique skilled combat soldiers that are out there, to me the quick reload is the best one. Tough guys, athletes, all that.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
I don't really need those. Again, my playstyle is predicated on not interacting with guards. So
Be careful down there, boss.
there are considerations I have to make. Now there is a low-skilled male character in Mission 6. I forget what his name is. When you collect him, he is a C and has a tough guy skill. When you give him a medal, he has an A, and his staff bonus rating is 1.97. So you get the best of both worlds. You get a tough guy who can take damage, and
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
what's going on, man? Good to see you. Yes. It took a while, but I was able to actually catch him and put him on my unit. So he has the 1.97 staff bonus rating and has a tough guy skill. So it's very handy. And I know a couple of players who use that character for their infiltrations. So they get the points and the damage resistance. So I have him in my unit, but I don't use him. So go girl or go home. So again, that's how I do it. Other people do it differently. I mean, there's just something about being able to crack a base using a female character. You know, that somehow that works for me. When I did Peace Walker, I used a female character. When I did
successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits.
Metal Gear Online 2 for PS3 as part of MGS4, I also used, I had a male character that had every skill at maximum, and a female character that had every skill at maximum. So I had one of each. And the female character was a tournament winner, and they would hand out special headgear if you won. You can get a beanie, you can get, or a beret. You know, first the team that won the tournament would get a beret. Second place would be a beanie. And they had special colors. They had purple, orange, white. I believe, I can't remember what the other colors were, but they were special colors. They weren't available to everybody. And my female character had a white beret. That was my most cherished item. I love that white beret because it looks so good with the uniform that I would wear. It's very similar to how this Squares camo looks. It was fantastic. The way the white beret looked with that was just awesome. So my female character I played more with because of that. Her hair was similar to this character's here. So when I got into this game, for a long time all I used was Venom, and then I decided, well, let's see if we, you know, I had some female staff anyways, so I started digging around and used the drug developer Ash and Platypus for a while, and then Creeping Buzzard. We had the S++ in support. Her bonus rating was 1.90. Didn't breathe deep enough. Gonna chance it? Yes!
Infiltration successful.
Yeah, there are a few females the game gives out to you. Creeping Buzzard, Glacier Mongoose, and Biting Tree Frog, and Flaming Buffalo. I'll take that S++. Not a lot of points, but I don't really care. I don't need the points. Well, in the early missions, there is a prisoner extraction mission that you can accomplish. In fact, as part of the trophy set in this game, there is a trophy for rescuing a female prisoner. You get that early on. To the rescue. 2015. So they're available. I just didn't farm them for a long time. I didn't know how to farm female soldiers. I'm gonna try and stock up on combat stuff. I need to push one of my characters I have in here out. And the only way to do that is by filling up your unit with staff, volunteers. I have Silent Basilisk from the Where the Bees Sleep mission. He's been in my unit for a while, and I want to get him out of there. So I may do a lot of combat.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB. You can capture staff from them.
Well, you gotta understand, there's two things working against you now in terms of custom mines and cameras. One is the Grade 10 wormhole.
Be careful down there, boss.
Okay. You can set up your mines however you want, and you know, a guy can use the Grade 10 wormhole to get around what you have. So that's strike one. And strike two is the ability to use C4, electromagnetic net mines, claymores, anti-tank mines, to essentially glitch out your custom mindset. So there's two big strikes against you going into placing custom mines. That's why I stopped. I took them off. It's not worth the trouble for 28 platforms, you know, with those two things hanging over your head. Didn't do anything for me, so. Oh man, really? What a joke.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
That was garbage. Silly. It used to, for me. If I saw custom mines, I would skip bases. I don't do that now, but I've done it in the past. Okay, not yet. Two, three. 4. 40. I mean, if I'm going on a 78 base, I know there's going to be mines there. That's just how it works. So you got to really work on it. I mean, it's not that I'm intimidated by custom mines. It just gets annoying after a while, and it's not worth the trouble. I mean, I've posted on here, you know, you guys have seen me do high-level bases and solve all the issues and everything else. So I can do it. It doesn't do anything for me, you know?
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
And it's a rare instance where you can get 10 S++ coming out of their units. It's rare. I've done it maybe 10 times. Because most high-level players have insurance. I know I have insurance. Because I don't want people taking what I've spent a lot of time building. He's always looking at me like that. Looking at your shoes, trying to figure out what you're doing and everything else. Just nonsense.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
So and especially when you use a low skilled or a low combat rank skill soldier, and you hit a temporary mine, you know, or a custom mine that you weren't expecting, and it just messes up the whole thing for you. I don't appreciate that. Believe it or not, I was watching a video by George Salonique, Devil Dog 900, and I think it's called Top 10 Pro Moves 2017. And in that video, he actually writes down the key combo that you use. And for some reason, because it was actually written down, I started practicing it. You know, I'm not a master at it, but I was able to figure it out. Because he wrote it down and he put it on his on his video as subtitles. You know, just some weird random thing that it clicked over for me. you know. And I can only do it the best when I have a pistol. I have a hard time with three people.
Infiltration successful.
Sometimes seeing it spelled out is enough. I think it's crouch, aim, dive. Or, I don't remember how he labeled it, but for some reason that labeling worked. I can't explain it. I can't explain it other than that. Now I'm not able to go through entire bases the way some players do. I can't do that. I'm not skilled at it, but it works in a pinch. So I give Devil Dog a lot of credit for that. No. I don't interfere with practice. So go look up Devil Dog's videos on his channel on YouTube, and it should, like I said, I think it's Pro FOB Moves 2017. I want to say that's what it is. And I practiced in single player while I was farming vehicles. So that's how I was able to get it going. I was watching Unique earlier today, and he is very fast with his
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB.
You can do it with a sniper rifle.
Capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Practice it as best you can.
Be careful down there, boss.
That's all I can say.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Clean her up a little.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Really? Ridiculous.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Sometimes it's trying to be cute by not interacting with the guards. Sometimes that gets me in trouble. Yeah, don't interrupt training. Oh, great.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting
In
the
about
new
a
recruits,
week.
boss.
I'll be going on vacation from work. During that time, I'll be on
Be careful down there,
here.
boss.
And I'll be doing single player missions, and FOBs, and everything else. So if there's something you want to see done, just say the word and I can add it to my list.
Hey!
Really? Freaking believe this.
All units to combat position.
Infiltration failed.
It's the third time today that's
Try a little
happened.
harder next time.
Training. I've been on his base before. Like I said, I don't like to attack people more than once. And it seems tonight that the big problem so far is mid-level security. So
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
but again, I mean, as I've said many times before,
Be careful
you
down
never
there,
know
boss.
what happens until you step off the helicopter. So the amount of experience I have doesn't matter one bit until I actually start working. Just go out there and do what I can. I mean, I would love to be able to dolphin dive all the way through, like some people I know. But that's just not how I can do. So I crouch walk. On combat, I like to mark the opposing staff because it's I go up the ladders or the staircases. I know where everybody is. Sometimes combat can be a little glitchy or buggy. Really? A little bit of luck. I brought him down from the top staircase. What's your question? Go. No traces.
Infiltration successful.
So contrast 3 mid-range failures and 3 no traces long range. I can't explain it either. need to put that on hold for a few minutes. No. Okay, when you deploy, okay, it will draw from this stock here. Yes. Whatever your loadout cost is, it will be subtracted the moment you deploy. So if you spend, let's say you carry the grade 7 sleep grenades, for example. Those use up African Peach and Haoma. Every deployment you make will draw 400 and something African Peach and 79 Haoma. It will draw every deployment you make, it will draw that out until you don't have any more. And if you don't have any more, it won't let you deploy with that because you don't have the resources for it. Doesn't matter what character you use. You can use your avatar, you can use the snake, you can use any one of your combat staff, and it'll still cost you the money for, or the resources to deploy. So let's say, okay, for example, I'm going to deploy to Central Africa. Okay. And let's just say I'm going to use sleep grenades. Okay. So at the bottom, my deployment costs 59,920 GMP, which I have enough for. 75 Haoma, 459 African Peach, 320 in minor metal, common metal, and then 10 in biological. So if I don't have enough, it won't let me deploy with it. So now I don't know if you do resupplies when you're out in the field, if that counts as taking away from your inventory. I've never checked that, so I don't know for sure. But on your initial deployment, if you deploy like this every time, you're going to spend African Peach and Haoma quite a bit, plus your GMP and everything else. So bear that in mind if you choose to use certain weapons or certain items or whatever. Actually, I have some use for this right now, so now, of course, you can get to 36,000, which is the maximum for plants, by taking a combat staff member with the botanist skill and basically wandering through the countryside collecting plants. So if you have D-Dog and your botanist, you can collect plants. So that has two benefits. One, it adds to your offline total, and two, as you keep walking and doing checkpoints, your base development unit processes your unprocessed materials. Okay, next. Stop for now.
Be careful down there, boss.
Search mode.
I'm taking a short break to pull out these 10 staff members. They I want to keep them all. Especially the one who has a thing on his face. Okay, no. So again, to illustrate, for the riot pistol, okay, it's expensive. You only get 8 shots. That's why I don't use it with staff members when I go out in the field. The only time I use the riot pistol in single player is when I play with Venom and infinite ammo. Bandana, because it's just too expensive for my normal staff member to use, because they don't have infinite ammo. I have to pull resources every time out, and I don't want to do that. So and of course, I mean, at the high end of the scale, some of these weapons you use are expensive in both materials and plants. Yes, you do. Because you deploy with them, so you have a 459 unit hole that you need to fill. Now if you die, that hole will still be there. So you have to do another combat or another medical platform to fill that hole. The only way to get around that, and I can't verify this with facts or official statements, but in my experience, if you do not use a given weapon, let's say I have grade 7 sleep grenades. If I don't use them, I don't pay for it. And by paying for it, I don't get the deployment cost is paid, but I get it back if I don't use it. Again, I can't verify that with official statements, but there's been times where I've carried grade 7 sleep grenades and never used them, and my African peach stockpile doesn't diminish because of that. I can't provide proof of that, but that's my experience. And I monitor my resources all the time. Or to put it differently, when I do combat platforms, it requires 7,500 common metal and I think 1,000 tarragon. Well, when you finish the mission on a combat platform at a high enough unit level, say 54 or higher, you'll get what you spent in deployment costs. You get that back. Because the common metal and the tarragon are specific rewards for completing combat platforms. And the same goes for biological material and wormwood for the grade 7 riot pistol. Every R&D platform I complete gives me back what I spent in deployment costs. So I don't lose anything. The same goes for medical and Digitalis Purpurea and Golden Crescent for the this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have a good time with this. Unless he beats me, and then I'm gonna curse him out. I don't care about the sneaking suit. So that grade 10 riot pistol is, generally speaking, very expensive. But I can make the costs I use for it back, so it all balances out.
There's one intruder. They're unclear, but if they make it to the heart of the FOB, they'll capture staff from it. You've got to make sure that doesn't happen.
See if I can take my buddy out.
All fire teams, this is CP. Security cams picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate. CP, this is Zulu 7. We'll investigate ASAP. Out. We have a situation. All units on alert. CP, this is Zulu 6. Damn it, we got a sniper over here. Over. This is CP. Understood. Take defensive position and locate the sniper. Out. All fire teams, this is CP.
Done gonna be a killer now.
There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out.
Gonna get ugly.
Extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
I think that was the worst thing he could have done, was kill me. He's not gonna make it. Haha!
Successful. Victory is ours. They need their heads checked trying to take us on.
Good battle with you, amigo. That was tough. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I have a giant gap in my resources. Good game, man. I like that. I was just down to my rifle and that's it. I didn't have much else. So you can see my materials processing doing the work for me. But all the plants I spent, there's a hole in there and I have to fill it back up. Yeah, you had your battle dress on, so they made it harder. Ooh, weird. If I had had my other grenade launcher, it could have been different. The RGL, I'm not a big fan of the RGL. I know how to use it, but yeah, that works. And gotta give her back the squares.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Thank heaven for double resource week. You guys are blind as bats. Look at you. if there had been more time, Gus, that kill you made probably would have been your end, because I would have been reloaded. Come on, really?
Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out. All fire teams, this is VP. Security cameras picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
Infiltration successful.
Just need the resources, that's all. Don't care about your staff. Still? How much time does it take, man?
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there,
I'm
boss.
not a big fan of this combat platform layout, but swimsuits. I'm not going to worry about it now.
All fire teams, this is VP. Someone for the sensor. Possibly an intruder. Whoever's closest, go and investigate ASAP. Form on me!
Form on me, and then I'm going to fall asleep.
CP, this is Delta 1. Signs of enemy activity. Tightening security. Over. This is CP. Understood. Keep your eyes open. Out. CP, this is Delta 9. We checked the area and found nothing. Calling off the search. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let your guard down. They could still be in the area. Out.
Nice.
Don't shoot!
Infiltration successful.
Yes, swimsuits do take a lot out of what you're working on. It's one of their unstated, I don't know if it's a benefit or feature, but if your staff wear swimsuits, people who invade your base won't get S++ volunteers. What was it?
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
I've seen that. Mr. Sneaky.
What?
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I've never seen that before.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Crap. Really? I'm in trouble now. Everyone's looking for me.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions.
Oh man, it just gets worse and worse.
So under the sensor. Possibly injured. Whoever's closest, go and investigate ASAP.
This is not fair.
Infiltration successful.
No shots fired. That's a different spin on no traces. And a volunteer. I mean, sometimes the way the AI reacts to what you're doing, I can see where they resist or they get kind of mixed up in what they're supposed to be doing. That happens a lot when you knock them out. They wake up and they're unsure of what to do. So that was pretty good. And I got a volunteer out of it, which is a big plus. So leave the girls alone. Didn't fire a single shot. Yeah, North Pacific is to me is the easiest combat platform to run.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
That's what I do sometimes. Just try and weave my way through the fences. I mean, my cover was blown with anti-theft devices, and the extra guards down by the sniper tower, they knew I was there and just messed it up for me. So don't look at me, don't look at me. Look. Yes.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Usually when I do holdups, I'm either waking them up because I shot them with a shotgun or using the handed Jehudi.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out. Hey!
Take a seat.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Infiltration successful. That reminds me. I'm just doing something real quick here. I want to validate a concept. She doesn't use a scope, does she? And no suppressor either. Awesome. Does that look like the Patriot to you? Yeah, that'll... Does that look like the Patriot? Or is that only... for, is that only for assault rifles? Because I'm trying to make a,
I'm trying to make an assault rifle that looks like the Patriot. But I want it to be on my back and not at my side. None. Okay, yeah, it has to be it has to be an assault rifle. I'm not a fan of it. I want it to be on my back. I wanted it to be a sniper rifle that looks like that. And I guess you can't. Yeah. Never mind. Back to the action.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Whoops. is where sometimes these guards are looking in the wrong direction at the wrong time.
My imagination is nothing. What?
Infiltration successful.
And he just runs right in front of me. That's alright. I'll try somebody else.
sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
I'm gonna shut it down after this mission. I have some personal stuff to take care of real quick. We'll be on tomorrow sometime. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I haven't thought of far ahead yet. Excuse me. Excuse me. I didn't think I was going to get through that, but oh well.
Infiltration failed.
Okay,
Good.
that'll
Try
be
a
it
little
for
harder
now.
next time.
Like I said, I'll be on tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, but you have a good night, and thanks for watching.